First one. Be up on the chest, up against the wall. In this chest shoulder region. It's right up here. Take the ball, place it in your shoulder pocket. Gonna kind of roll back and forth through it. Right through here. Doing 30 seconds of work. 10 seconds to transition to the next one. Find any tender spots. You need to hold pressure on it, try to get it released, or just roll through it a couple times. Just kind of depends on your own individual needs. Anything that's a 5 out of 10 or higher, make sure you check off on your check sheet. So if you have a restriction that is 5 or higher, go to switch sides. You want to make sure to mark those off so you can create your own program.
Exercise number 2 in 3, 2, 1, go.
So 1 being no pain at all, 10 being most excruciating pain you've ever had. It's 5 or above, make sure you mark it down. That's going to be part of your personal improvement routine that can be done pre-workout, post-workout, or anytime you feel that you need it. It's specifically designed to your individual needs.
Stop.
Next one on the foam roller, on the front of the thigh. You come roll through here from the top of the knee all the way to the hip. And we'll roll right through it here. Again, if you find any tear spots, soft spots, no real exact science to it. Just kind of either breathe through it or roll through it a couple times and go through it that way. And switch sides. Just right here from the knee all the way to the hip. Get anything that's a 5 or higher, make sure you mark it down. So you got those big old softball sized knots in there. Might find some up by the hip flexor attachment points up by the hip. Might be a little bit tender. Next one on the butt cheek. You could easily use a tennis ball to get high into the outside of the hip. So kind of right here by this is where your pocket would be. You really want to get high to the outside as much as possible. Or use a foam roller here. Cross your leg over. And roll through just on that one side. Roll all the way up. All the way back down. Again, any restrictions of a 5 or above, make sure you scratch it off on your sheet and make a custom design program and switch sides.
Exercise number 6 in 3, 2, 1, go.
And roll through on this other side.
Halfway.
The only tight spots you can just let try and breathe through a little bit, put some dry pressure. Make sure to drink 8 to 16 ounces of water after this so we can flush out all the toxins just like getting a massage. Next one inside the thigh. You're gonna take the foam roller. Place it right inside the knee here. Roll all the way up into the inside the groin there. Roll right through that one.
Halfway. Stop.
And switch sides. inside the knee there, get a little bit deeper. Try not to go too dense where your muscles freak out and tense up and they lock up and they don't release. But you don't want to go too soft where you're not getting any therapy done.
Stop.
And next one on the IC band, outside the thigh. Run the outside of the knee, up to the outside of the hip. Roll through it. Chances are if you run, it's going to be really, really tight. Doing kind of running, a lot of activity, especially right here in the middle. You're going to have some softball sized knots, some pretty big stuff. I'll try and break that up if you can, so that way you can get that full flexibility once we get to the flexibility portion. If you have knee pain, definitely want to focus on this in the front of the thigh, as well as all the butt and hip area, and ankles.
Stop.
And switch sides. Once you get advanced, you can stack your feet, need a little bit more pressure. But initially starting off, most people need to plant that foot on the side for support, so you don't put too much pressure on it. You want just enough pressure, not to let the muscles lock up, but enough to release them. And next one, the hamstrings. You can either do both at the same time or go one to the halfway mark and then switch sides. Right through here at the back of the thigh, rolling through it. Getting all that tissue nice and open up so you can stretch it. Make sure to switch legs if you haven't already at the halfway point. Same thing on your calves. You can do either both at the same time, or you can do one at a time. Try and play around with inside, outside, roll around a little bit on the calf, see what's tightest, see what's not. You can put more pressure on top if you need to, or you can take pressure off. Rolling through the outside right here, pulling up the inside, and switch the legs. Next one, you can do double shins up on the foam roller right here. I prefer tennis ball into this pocket on the outside to the halfway point, and then switch sides. Usually get a little bit of direct pressure. These floors get kind of slippery and they'll slip out. But getting that direct pressure in there usually works pretty well. Foam roller is kind of hard to get your bone out of the way to actually get to the tissue. You want to get that soft tissue out of the bone. Make sure to switch to the halfway point if you haven't already.
Stop.
And next one on the mid and upper back. Going all the way from lower back here to the upper back, across the arms, behind the head, all the way up to the shoulder blades. Watch the ponytail towards the top. Coming through, really want to open up the spine, nice and rounded. You can also put arms overhead and rotate them this way.
Halfway.
Might feel some adjustments, that's fine, as long as there's no pain, numbness, tingling, anything like that, it's fine. Rolling through it.
Stop.
And last two. Get onto the lats right here. The upper back through the upper rib cage. So you're gonna go all the way down the ribs on the back side, rear shoulder, right through here, all the way through the upper arm, and rolling back through it.
Halfway.
Make sure to really focus on the rear shoulder. It tends to get pretty tight, right up in there. other sides.
Begin exercise number 15 in 3, 2, 1,
Go right through the upper back here, rolling through the rear shoulder, upper arm. Get up in there. Sometimes that upper arm gets pretty tight. Starts causing some elbow discomfort. Rolling right through it here.
halfway.
Nice on this rear shoulder. Try and open up as best you can.